to Sutter Health Park in Sacramento, home of the Athletics. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Texas Rangers going up against the Athletics. From Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, we've got baseball on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. And getting the start for Cincinnati, Andrew Abbott. What do we need to know here?
He has a great ability to command a game, Boog, but in order for that to happen today, he's got to limit damage, make smart pitches, and avoid big innings. If he were a golfer, we'd say he needs to avoid any double bogey. out there, and if he does, his scorecard is going to look pretty good at the end of the day.
And the home opener is underway. Right through there for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
The lefty, the 1-0. Hey! Just underway here in Cincinnati. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 1-2. Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. One down. And now it's Ivan Herrera. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. Hey!
Nope. That's inside.
Man at first, one away. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Out towards right center field. Should be extra bases. Stretches out and hauls it in. Runner tags at second.
Hey, he beat the throw.
Batting fourth, first baseman Bryce Harper.
Foul ball there. Runner at third, 2 away. Yeah, that's fouled off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's the starter for St. Louis, Kyle Leahy. What should we keep an eye on here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Digging in, Ellie De La Cruz.
Ball inside.
So here's a fun note on Ellie. He became the youngest player in high A ball to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game, and it gets better. He did it again 2 games later. Those are the type of games that tend to get you promoted in the minors.
That's in there. That's strike 2.
That's a ball.
Into the outfield, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Fouled off down the right side. Ellie on the move. Pitch misses. Save. De La Cruz gets his first steal of the game. In the air, left side. Bader under it. He's got it. Runner tags at second. And now a wide throw to third. Here's Pete Alonso. Swinging a foul straight back. In the air to left center. Scott has a beat on it. And he makes the catch. Runner tags from third. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. popped up. Fair ball. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Batting fifth, designated hitter.
And the batter now, Munetaka Murakami. In the dirt. Up the middle. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. Back here at Great American Ballpark, top of the second. So here's Bader now.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
Abbott measures 6 feet even, 190 pounds, and he was a second-round pick in 2021. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Swing and a miss, and he got him. One up, one down.
Hey!
Swings through that one for strike 2. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. The 0-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts. Thomas Sajazi digs in now. Swing and a high fly ball right field. And that is that. Bottom of the second. In now for the Reds, Eugenio Suarez.
Ball, that's out.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Off the mark there. Ball 3.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Got him swinging. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Left fielder, J.J. Bleday.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Noelvi Marte, the next to hit for the Reds. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. The 0-1.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Just missed. Quick move to first, and he's back safely. Bleday, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. In the air, right field. Walker on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there are 2 outs.
Batting ninth, center fielder, Dave Myers.
Hey!
Fought off foul. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Quick toss to first.
Safe.
And he dives back in safely. Here's the 0-2. In the air, right side. And that will end the inning. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Pedro Pages. Comes up empty.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. In there for strike 1. Swing and a miss as he was late. Behind 0-2, he steps out for time. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Cardinals,
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Mason Wynn, the next to hit. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
And that drops in for a strike.
All right, there's number 8, 1 away.
Gets a piece and stays alive. 2 down, nobody on. Struck him out without a swing. And he strikes out the side in the 3rd. Bottom of the inning. Now here's the Reds leadoff man, Ellie De La Cruz.
Ball inside.
Outside.
Ball, out.
2 balls, no strikes.
Pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Left field. And it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Well, patience and discipline paid off. There as he got into an advantage count. Just a bloop hit behind 3rd right there, and that's a really tough play for a 3rd baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. It's a pitch out. And they put the tag on him for the out. The 1-0. And
That's
Mookie
ball
takes. That
Ball
one
3.
misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Betts swings, deep drive, left field. That one carrying. And just like the ex-girlfriend who ain't coming back, that one is gone. And they tack one on the board. It's 2-0. So now Pete Alonso at the plate. Alonso, former second-round pick out of the University of Florida.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Ball, that's just out.
Now time is called here. Pitching coach on his way out to the mound. That one ripped right center field, carrying well. And just like the ex-girlfriend who ain't coming back, that one is gone. And they add a run. It's 3-0. There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. And just like the ex-girlfriend who ain't coming back, that one is gone. And they add to the lead. It's 4-0. Here's a big power threat. Munetaka Murakami. Well struck right field. That's back there. And just like the ex-girlfriend who ain't coming back, that one is gone. And they tack on to their lead. It's 5-0.
Ball 1.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with a punch out, the only guy in the lineup with that strikeout, but you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
4 runs already in the frame here in the last half of the 3rd. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Tied him up on a fastball inside. This is J.J. Bleday. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Here's a 1-1. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Next pitch is outside. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. As we go to the top of the 4th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Bo Bichette. Inside, ball 1.
You know, these Cards, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
The 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Another 1-2. Ground ball right side. Betts up with it. Throws to first in time. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
The Cardinals, the designated hitter, Ivan Herrera.
He swings and fouls one off. The Reds leading by 5. Top half of inning number 4. Check swing. He went. And it's 0-2.
That's a ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Good job to fight that one off. And a 1-2.
That's ball 2.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Got him swinging. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Harper batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
2 down, nobody on.
Ball. That's inside.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And Harper down on strikes. Back here in Cincinnati. In now for the Reds. Noel V. Marte. Base knock center field. And the leadoff man aboard.
Waste no time there. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Nope, that's a ball.
Swing and a ground ball. Win to second,
No,
but he
he's in there.
beats the throw. Save. Next for Cincinnati, Ellie De La Cruz. Leahy checks the runner. Marte dives and can't get back in time. He's picked off. Now a quick throw to first, and he's back in easily. First pitch, not close. Myers, the base runner at first with 1 out. And that one popped in the air, left field. Out number 2.
Up next for the Reds, second baseman, Mookie.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes.
That's out.
There's a ball. Transfer bobbled, and there's no throw. In the dirt, blocked. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Check swing. He held up. 3 balls and a strike. Swings through that one, out in front that time. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the...
New pitcher for the Cardinals, Gordon Graceffo.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick...
Line drive, base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's now a 6-run lead.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
Smith up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Late with the swing there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
This to center field. Scott makes the grab on the run. Back here at Great American Ballpark, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Harrison Bader.
Pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Myers takes it in for the out. One away.
Cardinals, right fielder Jordan Walker.
And a big swing and a miss. The Reds up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. Up the middle. Oh, great grab on the dive. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. And up next for St. Louis, Thomas Sajazi. He's 0 for 1. Out towards right center field. Can't get there. Base hit. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Just missed.
Hey!
Now before the 1-1, time is called. In the air to left center. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. Back here in Cincinnati. Now it's the Reds DH. Munetaka Murakami. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Well, these Reds, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's 1 down. Suarez, 34-year-old vet. He joined the team as a free agent. This one in the air center field. Scott settles under this one. 2 down. So up next, J.J. Bleday, 1 for 2. Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And a ball and 2 strikes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Ball 2.
Jackknifes out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Top of the 6th inning, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Victor Scott.
The second. Now pitching for the
Caleb
Reds,
Ferguson gets the call from the pen.
Compared to some days, it's a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone. You know, these Cardinals just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The 0-2.
Ball 1.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And there's one away.
Shortstop Mason Wynn.
He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
Strike 2. The Cardinals with a lot of ground to make up, and we're the top half of the 6th. That one is upstairs. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Look out! And it hit him.
Right there.
Up next for the Cardinals, third baseman Bo
Runner on
Bichette.
at first with one gone. Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Aye.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Quick reactions behind the plate. He tags
He's
him
in
out.
there. He's
Goes
safe.
to second. Safe
Up
there.
next for the Cardinals, the designated hitter Ivan Herrera.
Pickoff throw. Safe at second, and he gets back in. Win on at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Coming home. In comes the run from second.
Comes through with the RBI. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Harper swings through it for strike 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Strike 2.
Well, you know this guy wants a pitch off, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall, but you got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him swinging for the K. Good job at damage control right there. Bottom of the 6th inning. In now for the Reds, Noelvi Marte.
Inside, ball 1.
Out there to center. Scott should have this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Reds, center fielder Dave Myers.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And there's two away. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Strike two. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Got him. Inning over. We go to the top of the seventh, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Harrison Bader.
That's a real nice cutter right there. I mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue to command it on that side of the plate.
The 1-1 comes up empty. That's strike two.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's the first out.
Ball, that's in.
In the air, out towards right center. Myers makes his way towards it, and there's two away. Now it's the second baseman, Thomas Sajazi.
Thomas Sajazi.
This one in the air, right field, and that'll do it. Back here at Great American Ballpark, in now for the Reds, Mookie Betts. And time is called for a mound visit. Now, big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Matt Swanson.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Up next for the Reds, first baseman Pete Alonso.
Swanson throws what a lot of people consider to be a power sinker. Throws it with serious velocity, but it moves a ton and it stays down.
And Boog, against a guy like this, you grab your backup bat out of the rack. You don't want to take your gamer up there because you know there's a good chance it's coming back broken.
What's the approach when you're facing a guy like this, Chris?
Don't look down in the zone because you'll end up chasing something that's out of the strike zone. Make him elevate the pitch. Because he's not as effective at the top of the strike zone, you got a better chance of having success.
And the polar bear strikes out.
Up next for the Reds.
2 outs, base is empty. Will Smith to the plate. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Way out front for strike two.
That's a ball.
cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Back here in Cincinnati, and now the Cardinals catch. Pedro Pajes. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Reds, Kyle Nicholas.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Ball one.
Nicholas, in his second season, he features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. To first, leadoff man is out here in the eighth.
Up next for the Cardinals, center fielder Victor Scott II.
On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the eighth.
Up next for the
So back to the top of the order. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Mason Wynn.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. In the air, right field, Marte coming on. And that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Leading off, Munetaka Murakami.
Munetaka Murakami.
Swings through that. This one in the air, center field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Reds, third baseman Eugenio Suarez.
Ripped, but it curls foul.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike, you go after him and finish him off.
That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Up next for the Reds, left fielder.
2 down, bases empty. Now the left fielder, J.J. Bleday, 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I would say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Back here at Great American Ballpark, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Bo Bichette.
Whoa, that's down.
Inside,
ball 2.
just missed. Just
Ball,
off the
that's
inside edge. That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So a leadoff walk.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone.
Bichette goes. This one in the air, right field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Here comes the throw, not in time, and we've got runners at first and third to open the inning.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still puts.
Zach Maxwell comes on now.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle some when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Check swing, and he went. And the count is 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. 2 on with 1 out. Now up for St. Louis. So now a pinch hitter for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson. 1 out, runners at the corners for him. Hammered down the right side, but foul. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. Popped up. De La Cruz settles underneath it. And there's 2 down. So they're down to their final out. Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Walker. 0 for 3 in this one.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
They're down to their final strike.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that is the ball game. Abbott with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton.